Next, we have a follow-up to proposed legislation in Albany that would make it illegal to use waiving a home inspection as a negotiating tool when buying a house. Real estate agents say many potential home buyers, as you probably know, they're opting to skip that inspection to make their offer more appealing to the seller. But inspectors say that can leave new homeowners with surprise issues after moving in. And I spoke with the president of the New York State Association of Home Inspectors, giving him a voice as to why waiving an inspection can be a costly mistake. And I also spoke with a real estate agent and the person who proposed this.
They know what they're buying, and that's the point, is to make sure that the client, the buyer, knows exactly what they're buying.
President of the New York State Association of Home Inspectors, Henry Jetty, says inspectors spend a lot of time going over every inch of a house, inside and out.
They're going to look at the outside of the house, they're going to look at the roof, they're going to look at the windows, the exterior, the doors. They're going to come inside, start in the attic.
As they work their way through the house, they document the good and what needs to be addressed.
And the things that they're going to look at is the stove to make sure that all the gas lights work, that the oven works. They're going to take a look at the recirculating, or if it's vented, the vent system.
Some of the potential problems they look for?
It can be unpermitted work. It can be termites. It can be mold in the attic. It can be structural foundation issues. It can be things that the seller may have hidden.
Jetty is one of many advocating for the right to home inspection bill, which would make it illegal to use waiving a home inspection as a negotiating tool when buying a house. Are you seeing a lot of people coming in and waiving the inspection?
I would say at least half the offers I put together do waive it. Real
estate agent Britt Kosnick says many have been waiving their right to an inspection to make their offer more appealing.
Just due to the shortage of homes, it's often a tool we use to improve our offer.
But she says it's not usually a good idea to skip the inspection. I spoke with her about the proposed legislation to encourage more home buyers to get one.
I think they're trying to protect consumers from making a pretty important decision in their life and at least be knowledgeable about what's wrong with the house.
New York State Assembly member Monica Wallace introduced the right to home inspection bill. It would create a 10-day period when anyone who goes to buy a home could exercise the right to get an inspection, right?
Right, exactly. And neither the seller or the real estate agent can encourage you or condition the purchase of the property on the right to inspection.
She says she's heard from numerous home buyers who end up with costly problems after skipping an inspection.
So they're either left having to buy a home that they are not going to be able to fix up, which would put them in potential financial ruin, or they have to then breach the contract and lose money. So it's really a difficult situation.
A situation, Henry says, can easily be avoided with an inspection.
But that home inspector is going to take that headache away real quick, because you're going to know what you're going to be buying.
Now, of course, we've heard from people who are for it, who are against it. We've followed this story since it was introduced, and we have all of that coverage at WKBW.com. She says this doesn't force anyone to get an inspection. In fact, when that 10-day period comes up, you can say, hey, I don't want the inspection after all. It just mandates that you can't use it to negotiate. So we'll see how it plays out.
It's interesting. People are trying right now. It's so competitive out there. They'll do almost anything
you
to
think
try
you
to
want
get the
something
advantage.
so badly, then you get it, and you're like,
You missed that inspection.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.